Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Stay Tuned Podcast.
It's another one.
It's another one, and another one, and
We
another
did it.
one. Yes, episode 67, part 2 of our. Well, actually, this is the end of top 10 month already. Man, it's
Yeah.
like February only has 4 Sundays.
Yeah, we were talking about that before this episode started, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, the Switch doesn't come out next week; it comes out on the 3rd. Oh wait,
Yeah, so I sent Tom a text on Friday. I was like, hey, bro, guess who held a Switch a week before it came out? But before that, like, I was with a bunch of associates that I work with, and I was holding it, and I was like, man, why did we get these so early, like, at my warehouse? And I was like, these things don't come out. And I pulled up my cell phone for, 7 days. So, yes,
Right.
we need to have these now. Because
Yeah.
you think at a warehouse, like, it's not like a store where we get them like a day or two before, receive them in, and put them out on the shelf. Like, we have to receive them in, put them away, pick them, and ship them. So it's a lot longer process. Plus shipping time and so on and so forth. So if you ordered one from Walmart.com, just know that they are ready to go at some point.
and if you ordered them from Walmart.com, why?
Maybe that was all that was available, Tom, because some of them are going to get theirs on the 3rd instead of the 7th through the 10th.
Yeah, right.
just
Damn
saying.
it, Target!
Just saying.
Stupid Target. See, the
Yeah,
problem was
so-
that I was up because it was right after the NXT show,
Mm.
and I was up when the pre-orders went up, but I forgot, and then I fell asleep. Woke up in the morning.
And they were still available.
Yeah.
That's kind of baffles me that they were still available at that time. But
Right.
what you gonna do? What you
Oh well.
gonna do?
At least I still had it, so it'll
Yeah,
be here.
I have
play
no
Horizon Zero Dawn.
intent on buying one right now. I will purchase one, but it's gonna probably be summer, late summer, give or take. Like it looks interesting, but I want some more games. Like, I mean, Legend of Zelda
Then
Breath of
don't
the
buy
Wild.
one in summer. Don't buy one in the summer then.
Well, at least Splatoon will be out.
Wait till Mario.
That'll be the holiday season, so I want to have
Wait
it.
till Mario.
I want to have it before then. Is
Yeah.
my plan, because I don't
Well,
want to.
Nintendo.
I don't want to be standing in line and punching people in the face to get a Nintendo Switch.
True.
Because I've worked at GameStop back in 2008, so that was like almost 10 years ago. So it's about 8.5 years ago now. I worked the holiday season there, and I remember getting there at like 4:30 in the morning because we opened at 5, and I was just like a customer service rep, game representative, game specialist, whatever they called it. I can't remember what it was now, but it was just kind of
Slave.
funny. Yeah, pretty much. But it was just kind of funny. I get there and this guy looked like I walked up to the door and knocked on it, and the guy stood up and buffed up like I was in line first, and I'm like, I work. I just literally looked at him because I mean I was like, I was up late the night before, and I just looked at him. I said, I work here. That's all I
You should
said.
have just slowly unlocked the door and then shut it
I didn't
behind.
I didn't have a key, but my manager was already there.
Dumbass.
But it was funny
Yeah.
because it's just a funny story because Nintendo Wii's were still like a big thing back then. I mean, I think that they were like a year and a half, probably about 2 or 3 years old at that point in 2000, the holiday season of 2008. So, going into
Yeah, that would have
2009.
been 2 years.
But
Been 2 years.
we only had like 10 in stock, so I figured we would have had because people had asked do they come in like a day or two before, because we didn't have a special on them, but they would come in like a day or two before and they'd be like, do you have any Wii's? And I'm like, no, while I'm shaking my head up and down, and they're like, can you sell me one? And I'm like, then I shake my head, no. Oh, are you gonna have it on Friday? Yes. I will have them on
Yeah.
Friday. What time do you open? 5 a.m. So I actually was expecting those people to come back, and then they came back at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you still have those Wii's?
You guys
No.
open at 5 a.m.?
On Black Friday we did.
Oh my god.
Normally it's like
Ugh.
9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. But
Yeah, I was
it
gonna say, shoot.
it was just kind of funny that people came back at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you have those Wii's? No, dude. We sold out at 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
It
As
was.
soon as we opened the door.
Well, that was the thing, is that the guy coming in there was looking for a used Nintendo DS. The brick one, the very first DS.
Yeah, I had one of those.
Yeah,
I had
a,
one of those, and I didn't have a game for it for about 2 months. All I had was a Metroid Prime Hunters demo.
Yeah. But
That was rough.
but yeah, working retail, any retail during the holiday season sucks. It's terrible. Whether it's, warehouse or store, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But actually, I don't think the warehouse sucks nearly as bad as the stores do. But anyways, on to today's topics. Top 10 worst video game characters, part 2. So last week we covered 10 through 6. Today we're covering 5 through 1. But before we get started, me and Tom are going to recap our 10 through 6 from last week. And then I think I started last week. So
I did.
You did. Okay, so I will start this week.
I started last week.
So Tom, you go ahead, give us your 10 through 6, and then I'll go and I'll start with number 5.
Okay. My number 10 was every character from Heavy Rain.
I forgot about that.
Number 9, Odd Job from GoldenEye. Number 8 was Bloat from The Binding of Isaac. Number 7 was Roman from GTA 4. And number 6 was Slippy Toad from Star Fox.
Nice. My number 10, still the funniest one on the list, Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler from all the WWE games. Number 9 was Duke Nukem, mainly from Duke Nukem Forever. Number 8 was the Trapper from Dead by Daylight. Number 7 was Natalia from 007 GoldenEye. And number 6 was Baby Mario from Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
Hey, before we get started, did you see that video, speaking of Jerry the King Lawler, of him or of somebody like encountering a line that he messed up in 2K17?
Yes. Oh my God, that was hilarious. It was Papa Shango and the Godfather or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
He's like, oh, it was the good father? Oh. Then he like says the line again, but they did not edit it out. I thought that was pretty hysterical.
Yeah, that was hilarious. It reminded me of that so much. I was like, wow. They even left in a screw up of his.
Yeah, like a bad one
awkward.
too. It was like
10 seconds of silence.
And then there was like the whole segment of him speaking was like 45 to like a minute. 45 seconds to like a minute. Because he said the whole thing.
In the background.
And then he's like, oh, did I say the Godfather? It was the good father, right? Okay. Yeah, in his time, whenever he was the good father with his partner, and then he like said the same exact thing he just said, and just changed it from Godfather to good father. But I said last week that I have a very controversial one on my list, and it's actually number 5. Number 5 is Master Chief from Halo. It's not so much that I think he's a bad character. I think he's just fucking boring. He's just, I mean, like, so you look at like Doom, and Doom guy, the Marine guy, like he doesn't say a word, he doesn't do anything, but his mannerisms show that he's just pissed off and wants to just kill everyone. That's like he grabs the screen, throws it. He, like we were talking about, he like kicks the, hey, don't, make sure that you handle this with care. Okay, just start kicking it as hard as I can. But like Master Chief was just kind of like your very asymmetric, like I don't know how to say it. Like he's boring to me. Yeah, he's just kind of he's just kind of like a shell of like a generic like, hey, I'm the good guy. Everybody likes me. Let's go kick some Covenant ass.
Yeah, like I love Halo a lot, and I like
the gunplay is great. Don't get me wrong.
But yeah, Master Chief though isn't like he's the focal part of that story, but he's not. He's only there as like as a way for you to do cool stuff. Like the story is not really about him. Like the characters in that story are like Sergeant Johnson and 343 Guilty Spark and Cortana and the Arbiter and all the Prophets and stuff like that. Like really,
I loved the
like,
Arbiter
Master Chief
in Halo
is there,
2.
But like the best story in Halo is the story in Halo 3 ODST. But because that is a story about a bunch of separate, distinct characters. I also really like the story in Halo Reach.
I was gonna say I love the characters in Reach. I love the characters in Reach because it was like, even though you know what's gonna happen, you're like, it's not always about the destination, like we said that before. Sometimes it's about the journey to get there.
It's like Rogue One.
Yeah, like
Rogue One Halo games.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put him on this list personally because. Like there are many more like annoying characters and awful characters to me.
But I don't know. I guess
totally like he's cool because he's like a big dude that has cool armor and he does cool stuff. But like as a character, he's just kind of there.
But I look at like Halo 5. So like we talked about this a little bit, not recently, but the stories of the first-person shooters last year were freaking phenomenal for some reason. I don't know what it was. Like Battlefield 1 with its random character, like you just get thrown in there for like I'd say each of the missions is what I don't know what they're called, like stories, whatever. I've done 2 or 3 of them out of like the 5 that are available, I think. I've done the tank one, which was extremely fun, and the one where you're a pilot, which was pretty cool, but I mean, I'm not saying at the end of the series I was like, oh my god, I'm floored by these characters. They're so great. But I felt like they had personality. I somewhat cared about them, but it wasn't to the point of like, somebody like Chris Redfield or Leon Kennedy that I've spent, hundreds of hours with. But I felt like that's how I should feel about Master Chief at this point, going through, 5 games.
Yeah.
But the last one, I didn't enjoy Halo 5 at all. Like, I can't even remember the other guy's name now. The other character that you played that was hunting Master Chief the whole time.
It's Sergeant Locke.
Yeah,
I can't
Locke.
remember
But
I want to say John Locke, but that's Philosopher's name, so I don't know if that's actually it.
But isn't Master Chief's name John?
Master Chief's name is John, so
Yeah.
that might be it too. But but Halo, like literally, Halo has never been a story about the Master Chief, whereas like all these like Doom and Uncharted and even like Call of Duty and stuff like that from last year, they're all about certain characters. Master Chief just kind of exists in this universe where, oh man, the Covenant are doing this thing, and the humans have to stop them, and you're just kind of the representative of the humans. Like, it's never been about Master Chief, and I think Halo 5 tried to do that a little bit, but they failed because you don't play as Master Chief like much in that game at all. Which
I did
sucked.
not enjoy that at all. Like playing as Locke, like it was
easily the worst of the stories.
And I was expecting it to be a whole lot more than it was, just based on the fact of the trailers leading up to Halo 5. And I don't know, just like I was thinking about not just like the worst video game characters as well, but just like ones that I expected more out of. Like when I think about like main characters in video games, like I'm looking at the statue, but like Marcus Phoenix, like he was kind of like that way in Gears of War 1. He was just like, yeah, I'm a badass. I'm gonna kill some locusts. But then like, Gears of War 2 came out and he had to show a lot more sympathy for Dom. And then like Gears of War 3, you see him go through like his biggest struggles ever between losing his best friend and losing his dad. Oh yeah, spoiler alert for a game that came out back in like 2011.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just the reason he put him on my list. Like I just expected more to character development out of the guy because we've been with him for hundreds of hours playing through at least the story missions.
Right.
But yeah, Master Chief from Halo is my number 5.
Right on. My number 5 is Ashley Graham from Resident Evil 4.
Nice.
So everybody hates fetch quests, or not fetch quests, but escort missions, and it's just one big escort mission, and she doesn't do anything helpful ever, and she just kind of gets in the way, and she's annoying. It's bad when the character that you are supposed to be rescuing, you literally just put them into a dumpster, and then you do everything possible that you can by yourself, and then you go get them so that you can like do the puzzle that
kinda
needs
like,
two people opening a door.
Kind of like I do in Siege whenever I do like a terrorist hunt, like hostage escort. It's like, all right, I'm gonna grab you, lead you outside this window, and sit you down and go kill all the guys.
Right. I mean, literally useless.
Yeah.
She doesn't do anything helpful. Like the best like side characters that you don't get to play as, but like are integral to the story. Like I get why she's there story wise and all that, but like
and she's also supposed to be like 14 or 15 years old,
right?
But
and it's a little creepy. But like like Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite and Ellie from The Last of Us, like they're both there. They help you out. They're integral to the story, and they can't like.
Yeah.
You don't ever have to worry about them gameplay wise. Like they can't be spotted if you're trying to be sneaky. They can't get hurt or killed. Like they're the perfect ones because you don't have to worry about them, but you get that dynamic. Even then, Ashley, like you don't get a dynamic between her and Leon very much, except in like the cutscenes.
Because like doesn't I can't remember now, but does Ashley throw ammo to you like Elizabeth does in BioShock Infinite? Okay.
Ashley does nothing.
Okay.
She literally just gets in the way.
So
and
Ashley
she occasionally
Graham,
helps you out with puzzles and stuff.
Number 5. Nice.
Yeah.
Number 4.
My number 4 are two of the most annoying characters ever. They just so happen to be in my favorite video game series ever. And it's a tie between Navi from the Ocarina of Time and Fi from Skyward Sword.
I don't remember.
So they
that
serve
well.
this. So Fi is like the spirit that lives inside of your sword.
I blew through Skyward Sword. Like it's probably one of my least favorite Zelda games. So it's like it's not a bad game. It's just I beat it and I was like, I'm not a big fan of the whole motion control anyways on the Wii.
Yeah,
but
I thought it was really good, but like parts of it were annoying where it's like, oh, go to the same areas all the time. But anyway, but Fee, every time, because the most annoying part about Skyward Sword was every time you would turn the game back on after having it turned off, every time you picked up a green rupee, it'd be like, you picked up a rupee. And like it would go through the whole big thing as if it was the first time you'd ever gotten one. Or like a red one even, or a blue one,
I don't
or a
remember
purple
that,
one.
but
Or bombs or anything. Like every time you'd pick stuff up, it would act like you had never picked it up before. And then Fee would like be talking to you all the time.
like, bro, I put
shut up.
I put 7 hours into this game. I
Right.
think I know what a bomb is. I know what
Right,
arrows are.
Just stop. Like, I get it. And then Navi, of course, hey, listen, is like the most annoying thing ever. But yeah, it's just two characters that are there as like supposed to be your sidekicks and like helping you out, but all they're doing is just annoying you to no end by just telling you stuff that you already know. It's like, thanks guys, I know I can lock onto this thing. Thanks, I know what a rupee is. I know what a bomb is. Like, oh my god, it was so annoying. And like every time you'd go into Skyward Sword and you'd have to do a Skyward Strike, where you'd have to hold the Wii remote up, charge it up, and then you would swing forward and it would like shoot out this thing. She would always be like, you need to do a Skyward Strike. It's like, I know, I've done this 12 times in this game.
Like, here's how you do it.
Yeah, it was so annoying. It's like you're trying to be helpful, but you are not helpful. It'd be like driving a car and they're just like, oh, you need to turn? You need to take your hands and move the wheel over. It's like, I know how to turn.
Are you ready to shift gears? Make sure to push in the clutch with your left foot as you release the gas.
Right.
I know. I drive this car every day.
Right.
For like 5 years.
It's like as if your GPS would also tell you the most basic stuff. Like, oh, you're going 30 miles an hour. You can go up to 35. It's like,
press further in on your right pedal, which is your gas pedal, with your right foot.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready to slow down, please release the gas pedal.
Navi and Fee are the two most annoying
I can agree with that.
characters from Zelda, for sure.
So, my number 4, Tom knows all about this character, but it's Jaina Proudmoore from Heroes of the Storm, who makes an appearance in World of Warcraft.
I was like, I didn't, because I haven't played Heroes in a long time, it didn't register, and then you said Proudmoore, and it really didn't register.
Yeah, so Jaina Proudmoore, not necessarily anything from like the Warcraft era, but like from pretty much the pre-launch of Mists of Pandaria, which is like the bombing of Theramore, to the present. It's like, so there's that thing, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So that's kind of what I look at. So you think of the Horde and the Alliance, they're fighting the Burning Legion. So this is like the introduction to the Legion, the newest expansion of World of Warcraft. Like Jaina is in charge of the Kirin Tor, which is the big group in like Dalaran. And Khadgar comes up there with like, I want to say it was just you as your character, but it's, I was a Horde character when all my characters are Horde. I don't have any Alliance right now. But like you go up there and it's like, she's like, I'm not partnering with these people because they're going to backstab and kill me. But she's still holding everything against the Horde because of what Garrosh did. And it's just so annoying because she has like great character development and everything from before, but you just need to get over it. Like, people have died. We get it. Everybody lost somebody. And then she still blames, her and Greymane still blame the Horde for the assault on the Broken Shore. And it was one of those where everybody was going to lose, so the Horde left because, I mean, like, I like you, but I won't die for you type of a thing, But also in Heroes of the Storm, she just pisses me off with her stupid blizzard thing.
Yeah, she can slow you down, and if she gives you that ice, whatever effect, like, she can stack damage real crazy. And just like,
nuke
melt you.
Yeah.
But she's also melt you, which is weird because she's ice.
But she's like super squishy, so if you can get an Illidan or somebody on her, you can just wreck her face.
I used to do a lot of dumb stuff as Jaina, because you can do a lot of cool stuff, but if you mess up at all, like
it's very punishing.
You have no escape moves.
Yeah, not until like level 20 or something. But
yeah.
But yeah, like I don't. And there's also like new talk of Jaina Proudmoore being like a Dreadlord and all this other stuff, and she actually died at the bombing of Theramore. But she also got like super emo, which she's like a blonde, but she now has like this one like big white stripe on the side, like.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins.
Just not as cool though, like. Not nearly as cool as Seth Rollins, because I don't think she could do a Phoenix splash from the top rope.
But she can control the weather. She's like Storm.
So she's a great mage, but I think Khadgar's still better. But yeah, Jaina Proudmoore from Heroes of the Storm, and I guess
Nice.
she also makes an appearance in World of Warcraft at some point. But moving on to number 3.
Thanks for taking care of my Blizzard knowledge.
Number 3, this is kind of like a combo of characters, but it is Raiden and Rose from Metal Gear Solid 2. So Raiden, first off, just because, WTF Hideo Kojima.
Because he's not Snake.
but good on you for just doing that whole thing. Like, it's kind of funny, like, looking back now, but I'd tell you this much: when I went to my friend Joe's house and he had a PS2 and we're playing this, and like the tanker, like playing the demo, which pretty much was almost all of the tanker up to the Olga fight. But there wasn't too much after the Olga fight. But then you finish the tanker, we're like, yeah, that was badass. Time to take Snake and do other badass things, Then it's like, all right, here you go, and he takes off his mask, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
Like, that's all I could think of. But then,
and then you're like, why is Snake? This is clearly Snake. Why is he pretending to be Iroquois Pliskin?
Yeah.
Like, what the? This is dumb.
It's a play on the Escape from New York and Escape from LA, but like, I get it. It's just funny. But then, like, just the banter him and Rose have, like, you can cause Rose to break up with Jack or Raiden if he shoots too many pigeons, and she won't save your game until you apologize and you reconcile and you become boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife again or whatever. But I did not like either of them in that game. Like, everything else about the game, like, if you can get past not playing as Snake and just actually enjoy the game, like, Raiden's he became a badass in Metal Gear Solid 4. I'll say that much.
Yeah, and Rising.
Yeah, but as far as, like, just in Metal Gear Solid 2, he seemed like he was just whining a lot, and
they
just
seeing him real whiny.
Seeing him naked doing cartwheels was kind of funny, though.
That was funny.
But
I love Kojima. He's the weirdest.
Yeah, like, I just think back to whenever I'm thinking about, like, the first time I ever played this game, and that's what made me put it so high on the list, just because, like, not yesterday, 2 weeks ago, Solid Snake was, like, my favorite character of all time, so rightfully so, this should be on my list and relatively high. Whereas if, like, Solid Snake was, like, number 9 or 10, I would say, okay, that's cool. But, yeah, him being that wool over the eyes and everything. But at the same time, I don't know, I didn't like Raiden. I didn't like the introduction of him. And I'm not a huge fan of Metal Gear Rising Revengeance or whatever it's called. Like, if it would have been called anything else, I would have been okay with it. But having that Metal Gear title on the front of it just threw me for a loop again, because at the end of the game when I finished it, which was only like 6 or 7 hours later, I didn't feel connected to any of the characters at all, which is really weird to say for a game that has Metal Gear at the front of it. So,
it's about Raiden. It's got to be Metal Gear. It's not Metal Gear Solid.
But if they would have named that anything else, like if it would have just been a generic freaking ninja mech fighter game, I wouldn't have really cared as much, I guess. And I probably wouldn't have played it, because that's not my type of
There you go. Play. Well, there's your answer.
Yeah. They wanted to throw something on there. But the music was great in that game. But yeah, Raiden and Rose definitely just from the Metal Gear Solid 2, the big shell portion of the game. Number 3.
Cool.
Yeah. Now that my rant's over, Tom, what's your number 3?
All right. My number 3 is that one Pokemon trainer in the Challenge Tower, Pokemon Crystal, that had a Kingdra.
Yes, that one. I hate him too.
So Pokemon Crystal was a great game. So that's the Pokemon Yellow, but for Gold and Silver. It was also the first game that I ever got that was a Game Boy Color game, and I got it when I got my Game Boy Advance, because I completely skipped Game Boy Color. But anyway, so 251 Pokemon in those games. I had 241, and then my game erased itself, so that's cool. Also, I lost the cart on this, which sucks, because I had like 20 level 100 Pokemon. Anyway, so the reason this trainer is annoying, so there's this like challenge tower thing in there, which they added from that wasn't in Gold and Silver. It was pretty much just like another thing to do after you've beaten the game and like done a bunch of stuff. Pretty much you could just like fight really difficult trainers and stuff. And so you could do it based on levels, 10 by 10s up to level 100. So my 3 strongest Pokemon were Mew, Lugia, and Steelix. And with those 3, I had like every Pokemon type covered in terms of like weaknesses and different moves and stuff that I had, except I didn't have any electric moves or dragon moves. And those are the only 2 things.
Bro, how do you go into that tower without electric and dragon moves?
Right. Those are the only 2 that Kingdra is weak to. So Kingdra is a water and dragon Pokemon. The final evolution of Horsey to Seadra to Kingdra.
I thought Gyarados was like the big water dragon guy.
No, Magikarp evolves into Gyarados. You idiot!
I know. I just thought he was like the big one. You know, like that's why you want to. That's why you want to get like 5,000 Magikarps from.
But Gyarados,
the canal.
Gyarados is water and flying, and so if you have electric, it's like quadruply effective. So he's not that good. But anyway.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I guess.
Yeah. So Steelix is ground and steel. So whenever he used water, if I had only Steelix left, it would kill me. He had ice moves, so when I used Lugia, who was flying, it was super effective. And Mew, I don't know, just doesn't have great defensive stats. But yeah, it was just really annoying because I'd wreck everybody. But whenever there was a Kingdra, if I didn't get like some lucky breaks, I would always die, and it was annoying. The end.
I don't know much about Pokemon, but I understand like the rock paper scissors effect of it though.
It got me real mad because it was always Kingdra. Everything else I could destroy. And yeah, and I don't have that cart anymore, and I don't know where it went. It makes me sad.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'll get you a new one.
Thanks. Yeah. So.
Number 2.
That was my number 3, the one Pokemon trainer in the Challenge Tower with a Kingdra from Pokemon Crystal. Number 2, for me, the first time I ever encountered this character, it scared the crap out of me because I didn't know what was going on.
You don't get scared though. We talked about this before the show.
No, it wasn't like scared. It was like, what is happening? Why is this happening? And that is Mr. Resetti from Animal Crossing.
Oh God, really? Saying there's somebody scary, you say Animal Crossing.
No.
Sorry.
So not. Did you ever play Animal Crossing?
Yes, I did. It was fun.
Did you ever encounter Mr. Resetti? I
don't know who that is. So my knowledge with Animal Crossing was hanging out at my friend's house that had a GameCube and playing it.
Oh my God, I love Animal Crossing. I only played the GameCube one and the 3DS one, but they're amazing. But anyway, so Animal Crossing, it takes the GameCube system clock into account, and like if it's 12 o'clock noon.
Yeah, I remember that.
In the real world, it's 12 o'clock noon there. Whatever.
My friend put his
set.
put his time at the wrong time, so it was kind of funny because it would be like he'd be playing it like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It'd be like pitch black outside because it thought it was 3 a.m. because his GameCube clock was wrong.
That's awesome.
Sorry,
but you could like
off,
set it. No, it's all good. You can like set it to like Christmas, so you can get the Christmas gear and stuff and all this. But anyway, that game was dope because it had full NES games in it, like 30 of them. I used to play Balloon Fight with my best friend.
Nice.
We played Balloon Fight 2-player because it was in there. But anyway,
did not know that.
But yeah, so if you don't save your game, the next time that you turn on the system, Mr. Resetti, who is a mole with a hard hat and like with one of the like spelunking lights and like a pickaxe, he bursts out of the ground in front of your house and he's like, "What are you doing?" It's like, literally the first time I forget to save or whatever is like, what is this? And he's like, "What are you doing? You didn't save." It was like, and you can't do anything, and like his text is like super big and it's all like exclamation points and stuff, so he's being very angry and animated with you, but he just berates you for like 5 minutes, and it literally goes on for like 5 minutes.
That's
him
funny.
Just berating you for not saving. It's like, dude, I know I didn't save, just let me go.
I didn't save
and
for a reason.
That's the only reason that ever happens. Like, and there's no reason for you to not save your game. It's not like you can do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was like, I don't know, like the power turned off or whatever. Like, you just don't get any justification. It's like, it's not like I messed up or I died and like, oh shoot, I forgot to save before I died. It's the
That's
Animal
funny.
Crossing. All you do is live in a town. But yeah, it's just like, especially that very first time, that stuck with me forever, where it's like, oh my God, who is this weird mole guy? Is he gonna try and kill me? I don't know.
That's funny. Mr. Resetti.
Yeah, Mr. Resetti.
I might have seen something like him before, but I don't remember.
Yeah, he's pretty good. You should look him up. He's
All
terrifying.
right.
Also, he has weird music too, so it was like just kind of a weird situation altogether.
All right. Moving on to my number 2 now. That was your number 2, wasn't it? Yeah, Mr.
That was my
Yosemite.
number 2.
So my number 2 is Navi from Ocarina of Time.
Good work.
So I think this is the main reason I never enjoyed this game. Cause
No, you didn't enjoy it because it's not that good of a game.
Well-
I mean, it's a good game, but it's not good.
it's
kinda
not
boring.
it's not that good. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. But when I think like Link to the Past, like you just kind of wake up and your uncle guy's just like, "Hey, bro, I'll be back," and he leaves, and then you're like, "Uncle Man didn't come back. I need to go find Uncle Man," and then you find Uncle Man in the sewers, and you're just like, he's like, "Here, bro, take my sword and stuff and go fight," and it's
Yeah,
like, it's
I
like
have a weird uncle.
press like B or whatever to slash your sword. I'm like, okay, cool. That's all right. Onward. Here we go. Let's kill some stuff. It was very basic. Like I didn't need somebody to freaking tell me to, hey, listen. Thank you for waking up. To walk down this thing, walk up to it, and press forward, and then you will begin descending the ladder. It's like I don't need to know this.
Yeah.
This is not my very first time ever playing a video game. Because if somebody's very first time
Right.
playing a video game is, like a Legend of Zelda game, I'm sorry because it's not going to be nice to you.
Yeah. Good luck.
Those games are not hard. It's just that they're very cryptic, and you're not going to get the full experience if it's your very first game. But that's beside the point. But I don't know. I guess it's just a mixture of the annoyance and the amount of unuseful information, and just
Yeah.
how people like revere this game as being like one of the greatest games ever. And me and Tom are like on the other side of the fence. Like, I mean, it's good, but it's not that good.
It's the second worst of the 3D Zelda games.
Yes, I didn't play Majora's Mask enough to like to give it its due, but man, when it comes to Zelda games, all I can think of is Link to the Past and Link Between Worlds as the greatest Zelda games ever.
Twilight Princess is the worst one.
Oh no, spoiler alert.
I hate that game. I don't
But-
hate it. It's just boring.
But yeah, just also that stupid voice of listen,
Yeah.
listen, listen.
Hey. Like,
But-
and literally the only two like words that are spoken in that game out loud are "hey" and "listen."
And by her, everything else
Yes.
is just like a oomph or
Everything
yeah.
else is just quiet text or grunting sounds.
Yeah, grunting and slashing sounds. But yeah, Navi from Ocarina of Time just did not. I mean, the game's not. I don't think it's terrible. Don't get me wrong.
No, the game
But
is not bad.
saying
It was
it's
good
a
for its time. It was revolutionary at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It is. There's like no charm to that game whatsoever.
no,
It
like
is very
it's,
basic.
but it does it. It did its job, like you said, for that
Yeah.
time. But it's just not one game that like when I think about going back and playing video games, that's never one that's on my list.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of people though. For our generation though, Tom, like we have to admit that was their first Zelda game.
Oh, for sure.
So my first Zelda game was Link to the Past before the 64 was even out. So that's why I hold that game so close to my heart because it's what got me into my favorite video
Yeah.
game series of all time.
Yeah. So, Ocarina was the first one that I ever played at a friend's house, but it was at a friend's house, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Wind Waker was the first one that I ever beat. So that's why I think
Yeah.
part of why I love Wind Waker so much.
I think the first one I ever beat was. I think it might have been A Link to the Past. I can't remember, but it was a long time after it was out. Like I had to be a teen because those games are not short. they're no Contra 3
No.
Alien Wars or anything like that, to where
No.
you beat it like in one sitting. But yeah, number 2 is Navi. I think Tom kind of nailed on that
Yeah.
before. But yeah, before I get to number 1, just to recap 10 through 9, Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler from the WWE games, Duke Nukem from Duke Nukem Forever, Trapper from Dead by Daylight, Natalia from GoldenEye, Baby Mario from Yoshi's Island, Master Chief from the Halo series, Jaina Proudmoore from Heroes of the Storm and the appearance in World of Warcraft. Number 3, Raiden and Rose relationship from Metal Gear Solid 2. Number 2 is Navi from Ocarina of Time. Tom, do you want to take a guess at what my number 1 worst video game character of all time is?
Well, if you thought Snake was your most favorite, your least favorite has to be. Wow, my cat just meowed right there. I'm gonna go with. Oh, you already said Baby Mario, right?
Yeah, I did. Because Mario was my number 10, wasn't he, or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
My favorite video game characters.
Looking at my toys. Oh, they're all wrestling toys. Goku.
My number 1 is Ashley Graham from Resident Evil 4.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, you got it on your list at least.
Yeah.
So pretty much everything that you said, Tom, and then just so I don't keep it a secret, I blame Resident Evil 4 for everything that's wrong with the Resident Evil series until now. Now it's great again. But
yeah, but you wouldn't have your favorite. You wouldn't have Gears of War without Resident Evil 4.
That's very possibly true. But anyways.
True.
Oh, he's mad now. He's mad. But
almost had it. Almost had an entire show.
But yeah, just the whole, like you talked about, the escort thing, and I can't tell you how many times when I was playing that game I would get so frustrated because I'd be doing something and like totally focused on the action that was going on, trying to stop the enemies, trying to kill them, progress to the next area. Then it's just like game over, and it shows Ashley Graham die, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing back there? Like,
yeah. Literally, go sit in this dumpster and don't leave.
Yes. But then, like, she would get occasionally, like, recaptured, and you have to, like, chase down the person that got her and shoot him, and so that way he drops her, and it was just a whole lot of mess, and it's one of the main reasons I don't enjoy Resident Evil 4 that much. Like, don't get me wrong, Resident Evil 4 is not the worst game in the series. I mean, that obviously goes to probably, like, Resident Evil 6. Then probably 5, and then probably like the Gun Survivor or the Dead Aim ones. But I mean, like Resident Evil 5 and 6 as a non.
5's not even that bad.
But
it's just not.
It's not a Resident Evil game though. Like if that was.
Not really.
No, if it was like, you know.
You get to kill Wesker though.
For now, I mean, he might be back, but anyways.
I'm sure.
No, he's so yeah. But anyways, I don't want to say anything else. But it just, I don't know. I don't enjoy this game. Like I don't ever go back and think to myself, man, I really want to play through Resident Evil 4. But I do say to myself, man, I really want to play Resident Evil 7 again. Man, I really want to play the Resident Evil remake again. I really want to play Resident Evil 2. I would like to play Resident Evil Nemesis. Like I say those things, but I never have once said I want to go back and play Resident Evil 4, even though I own it like on 5 different systems, I think.
Yeah.
I think I own the HD re-release on PC. I bought it on the Xbox One. I bought all the Resident Evil games on the Xbox One, but that's just because I speak with my wallet as far as what I want. So maybe if Capcom, I mean, once again, I'm, you know, big pond, little minnow over here, but throwing my $20 at Resident Evil 4 just says, hey, I want these games. I want more of them. Whereas if I don't want those games, I wouldn't buy them.
Plus, at this point, they don't care if you want Resident Evil 4 or not. It's coming out for that system.
Yeah, it's like
I'm
pretty sure
for the Switch, I'm not gonna be surprised.
I was gonna say watch the PlayStation 7 will be out and they'll be like coming this fall. Relive the
Resident
survival
Evil
horror.
14 or Resident Evil 4.
Get Resident Evil 12 packaged in with the deal of Resident Evil 4 HD 4K re-release. Because
it should be a launch title for the next consoles.
It should on the arcade.
It's a great game, but
yeah, the game's not bad, but that alone just throws like a big wrench in the gears. Like that's probably the survival horror of that game is just making sure that Ashley Graham doesn't die.
Yep, pretty much.
But yeah, that's why I didn't say much whenever you talked about it before. Whenever you said it was like your number 4 or number 3 or something like that.
My number 5.
I was just kind of like, I'm not saying anything, like, because I have a lot to say about this later. But Ashley Graham from Resident Evil 4 is number 1, and dear God, I hope she does not make a reappearance later. Because like Sherry Birkin did, but Sherry Birkin was kind of like semi-badass with Wesker's son in Resident Evil 6.
Be cool if they just like. You just like saw her in the background, and it was like, okay, there she is. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe whenever Leon and Ada finally get married, she'll be like,
oh God,
a bridesmaid, and you'll see her like, hey, I know that girl. I hate her.
Yeah. And she like slips and falls as she's walking down the aisle, and you're like, yes. Get your comeuppance.
All right. So Tom, let me hear your recap, and I'm gonna try and guess your number 1.
Yeah. Think of my number 1. So number 10, every character from Heavy Rain. Number 9, Odd Job. Number 8, Gloat. Number 7, Roman. Number 6, Slippy Toad. Number 5, Ashley Graham. Number 4 is a tie between Navi and Fee. Number 3 is that one Pokemon trainer in the Challenge Tower with the Kingdra from Pokemon Crystal. And number 2 is Mr. Resetti.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I have no idea who the character is, but I'm gonna guess it's got to be somebody from Mass Effect.
So here I'm gonna give you a hint. It is not one character.
Is it everybody from Heavy Rain? It's your number 10 and your number 1. So is it from Mass Effect?
No.
Because I know that was your favorite game. So.
Yep. No, Mass Effect has great characters. Even the characters you don't like, you like
Yeah.
because they're like well written.
I was gonna say Roman Reigns.
That'd be funny. Goldberg if Kevin Owens loses the title. No.
I don't know. Like I thought, since Mass Effect was your number 1, I figured maybe there'd be somebody you really hated.
No.
So is it all of Delta Squad from Gears of War?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
All right. So, this is my number 1 is every character from Sonic.
Okay.
And
I
I have
see that.
listed a top 9 most annoying characters from Sonic. I can't
9.
think of a 10th one because I haven't played any of the recent ones. So yeah, every character from Sonic, because Sonic is the worst. The Sonic fandom is the worst, and I have hated Sonic ever since I first played those games. People that say Sonic is a good game are liars. Sonic 2 is a horrible game. All the Sonic games are bad.
I don't think they're horrible, but I don't think they're nearly as good as Mario.
They're so bad.
I feel like they just throw in a bunch of speeds that way you can fly through the levels really quick, so that
Right.
it looks cool. Whereas Mario levels actually felt like they have
I
depth.
hate the platforming is so bad in Sonic games. Like, yeah, when you can go fast, it's cool, but like when they want you to jump and hit stuff precisely, it's the worst.
Yeah.
But anyway, so every character from Sonic, and I'm going to list off the top 9 worst ones.
I like
Starting
that
with number.
You have lists inside your list. I love it.
Oh yeah, my list wasn't 10; it was like a
25, 30
lot.
people.
So number 9 is Sonic himself.
So he's least hated. He's least hated.
Yeah, like whatever. He's the main character. I kind of like the TV show or whatever. But yo, that dude can't swim, even though hedgehogs for real in real life can swim.
He was so bad at swimming.
That's annoying. Number 8, Dr. Robotnik / Eggman. Come up with one name. Also, you look like an idiot. Sorry, I dropped one of my toys that I'm fiddling with. Solid Snake, your favorite character.
Woo, he is.
But literally, your plan is to put animals into robots. That's stupid. Number 7 is Knuckles. Oh, look at me! I'm an emo guy. I like to punch stuff.
I'm an emo Sonic, is what he was.
Number 6 is the true emo Sonic, Shadow. Oh, look at me! I'm Sonic, but with guns. Like, that's dumb. Number 5 is Rouge the Bat. Hey, we made a sexy bat with big old boobies. Like, why? Number 4 is Amy. She's in love with Sonic, therefore she is a moron.
Is that Sonic 2006?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Number 3 is Big the Cat.
I like that. Hold
Yo,
on.
you're a big cat that fishes. That's dumb. You can't do anything. Number 2 is Tails. Hey, I like puns, but when your name is Miles Prower,
Yeah.
jump off a ledge. Also, Tails can't do anything on his own, which is annoying. And number 1, even though I've never played this game, but it is literally the most disgusting thing in all of
Oh
video
God,
games,
I know exactly what you're
is number 1, the girl that kisses Sonic during Sonic 06, who I looked up her name. It is Princess Elise. That is disgusting.
I mean, does she not realize that Sonic is an animal and she's a human?
That is
and that's,
so weird.
That's like
So weird.
that's like that dark side of like the porn that you get to eventually. Like if you
Yeah,
keep going, like the dark side of YouTube, but like the dark side of
and-
porn.
Hey, there's a lot of Sonic stuff out there, but like to put that in a game
Never
is like
looked
real...
for it. Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
But
so
hey, if that's your
yeah,
thing,
every
or
character
whatever,
from Sonic.
That's cool.
Yeah, if that's your thing, but like, whoa, dude, this is weird.
Keep it to the animated side. Let me say that much.
Yeah, like, hey, if you're into hentai, go for it.
Have fun.
But, like-
That's what it's there for.
But I don't get it, Sonic. I don't.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But,
so number 1, every character from Sonic, with a
Nice.
special shout out to Princess Elise.
All right, so that's gonna do it for top 10 month. So next month, next week is Fastlane. The Fastlane into WrestleMania. Is it Fastlane? Yeah, it's Fastlane.
It is Fastlane.
So we'll be going over pretty much everything that has happened from the Royal Rumble. I guess maybe like a couple weeks before the Royal Rumble, up until Fastlane, and then giving our prediction to Fastlane and where we want to see everything go for WrestleMania. So I was looking, Tom. I had a thing pop up on my Facebook the other day. It was nice. It was my prediction for WrestleMania 31, where it was Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. I literally said I want this to be a great match with Roman looking strong, because we thought back then Lesnar was on his way out to go back to MMA.
Yep.
And I said as soon as he wins, I want to see Seth Rollins run and cash in and become the new WWE champion. And I was like, I told my wife, I was like, I kind of got it right.
Yeah.
just
for sure.
I had like my whole predictions of the card, and I was like, I got like half of this right. And because it was going into Fastlane or Roadblock, whatever it was that like the month before, and I said I want to see Rusev beat Cena like by the skin of his teeth, and then see Cena go over to elevate the U.S. title, which he did. And I think he did a fantastic job that year. And then it was like the IC ladder match. I think I said I wanted to see Kevin Owens retain. If that was that? No, that was last year.
That was last year.
That was whenever Daniel Bryan won it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Last year was the one that we got like 0 predictions right.
Yeah,
I just remember it because like
besides,
AJ Styles lost to Chris Jericho.
We got Roman Reigns right.
We got that one right because that was like
obvious.
Yeah.
But I just know this much: I do not want to see Bill Goldberg go over Kevin Owens next week.
Me neither, but
I want to see Chris Jericho run in and beat up Kevin Owens and get him disqualified, and then go from there.
Fine with me.
And then have Chris Jericho lose.
Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg does not need to be for the title.
No,
because everybody in the world
cares.
Says it doesn't need to be for the title.
And I don't really care about that fight because we've already seen it once in the past like couple months, and it was awful. It was cool. It was a shock factor. I'll give him that.
It was cool and it was shocking, but yeah, like I don't need to see it again.
So that's next week.
Especially because, good God, if that match goes more than 5 minutes, kill me.
That's what I'm worried about the Kevin Owens fight. Like that's what I'm legitimately worried about.
Yeah. Because
we've seen before, like Bill does not do long and do good in long fights. Sorry.
Nope.
Words. They're hard to comprehend today.
But anyway, we'll talk about it more next week.
But that's next week. The week after that, we'll be doing our live PC build on stream. Then
I'll bring my Switch over and just play Zelda during it.
Chris will be here, so we can throw stuff at him. That's what I plan on doing.
Yes. Chris Cam.
So, I guess during that, like if you come over a little bit early, we can play some Switch, and you can give like a mini review on what you think is good and what you think is bad by then. Yes. If you have it. I mean,
next week I'm also going to talk about Horizon Zero Dawn. Isn't that right, Tim?
I hate you. I'm getting that the week after that, I think.
It's so good.
I have to buy a PS4. But
so good.
The good news is I get 10% off at Walmart, so I can get it for like the PS4 Pro for like $360. It's nice.
It's a 360? Doesn't play on a 360.
Never mind. But any parting words, Tom? Parting words of wisdom.
Sonic is the worst.
I agree. But last thing to say, rest in peace. Bill Paxton passed away. Yeah. 61 years. Not that old, but
that's scary. Not that old at all.
Used to have a conversation with Joe when I worked at Amazon that, I was like, I love Bill Paxton. He's like, why? I'm like, because he's the only man that's died to a Terminator, a Xenomorph from Aliens, and a Predator from Predator 2. It's like,
pretty much.
Like, who has that on their resume? And those are like my, people talk about like movie, monster movies. I think of like those ones are like my big monster movies of like my era of watching scary movies. Because you have like your slasher.
I love those movies.
Yeah, like you have your slasher villains and stuff like that. But when we talk about monsters, like a metal Terminator, a Xenomorph filled with acid, and then just like the greatest hunter in the universe. You're the man, Bill Paxton. But,
yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Good week. So that's the end of top 10 months. So we need some ideas for next year. But we are now officially Stay Tuned Podcast. We are on the road to WrestleMania.
Woo!
Where's the sign? On a point.
Pointing to my championship.
I'm pointing to my Jason Voorhees mask. That's on my wall.
Just like last week.
Just like last week. There it is.
Woo!
But anyways, make sure to come back next week, Sunday evening. We'll be talking about wrestling and lots of it.
Yes.
Then we'll be building a PC the next week and talking about Nintendo
Yes.
and then talking about wrestling. So make sure to come
Yes.
back. And until then, you guys, stay tuned.
I don't have any parting words today. Sonic
Nothing at all.
sucks.
Ashley Graham sucks.
Sonic is the worst, though.
You're the worst.